I just like to do, I've done at least one or two other tapes, and I've been commenting since it happened. But Benghazi, the thing that nobody talks about all the time is they say, oh yeah, 4 Americans died there. No, that's 4 American heroes died there and should have been awarded the thing for bravery. Those snipers on the roof that stood there, that stayed there, they knew they were going to die, and they stayed there. They thought America would do something to come in and help them, but Hillary couldn't do it because she'd just made 2 deals with the Libyans that day. She'd just signed off on buying their oil when they get their pipeline completed, and she has signed off on a weapons deal through Qatar, whose now their harbors have been blocked up on a blockade because they say, the Middle East says that they have supplied weapons to terrorists, and they did. Hillary Clinton did it herself, so she didn't want to lose that commission either. But that's what Sidney Blumenthal was doing down there at the time. So, once they get the word that their embassy is under attack, this is my idea of what they should have done. And you know what? If y'all want to argue with me and you want to bitch and moan, but this is what I would have done, because where I'm telling you and what I'm telling you about, I've seen in person. Okay, I know they're there. Okay, so Turkey, we share 3 air bases in Turkey. That's how we bombed ISIS. That's how we've done a lot of things. But back then, we had 3 squadrons, fighter bombers, or fighters. But the fighter bombers, the F-15s, weren't just basic F-15s. They were F-15s that were called fighting weasels. And their job in an attack is to take out every ground and every air attack on the formation. They have, instead of sitting a person in the back seat, they have an entire jamming. Oh my gosh, this thing will fry radars. Okay, so as soon as you turn one on, they shoot a missile towards you and blow you up. We've already proven it to Libya once. We flew right down their main street with not even stealth bombers, F-111s, not F-117s. We just flew right down Main Street. We flew a Tomahawk, took a left and went down Main Street, went right in the window of the palace. So we'd already proven to Libya that we could take out all their ground and everything. So we'd already proved that. So I would have taken off those 3 squadrons and would have taken probably 10 to 15 minutes to scramble them. At the same time, I would take off from Egypt, that we carried a bunch of tanks there for them, things like that. And I would have taken off an air refueler instantly to meet these jets in the middle of the Med to give them fuel. Then I would have taken off from southern France and AWACS to give myself air traffic controllers around the area. I can tell you everything that's in the air. So you got these 3 things to take off. At the exact time, I would have scrambled 3 Special Forces platoons. I don't care if they were Green Beret, Force Recon, SEALs, whatever. Whatever they had there, Rangers, whatever they had there. They have 3. 2, we just use 2. Fully functioning Special Forces groups, fully armed, get into the new jet helicopters that were just made. They fly at 300 miles per hour. That's fast for a helicopter. And that refueler would still be up there to refuel that helicopter, because from Germany it's a long ways to Libya. It's like 1,100 miles, you know. And so we're talking, 22 hours, 20 hours before they get there and they're fully armed and fully functional. But at the beginning, when the terrorists were attacking, these snipers were on the roof and they had laser sightings, and those things can send information to an airplane. So all they have to do is put the sight on whatever they want to, and that aircraft shoots its machine guns or shoots off a missile or whatever and hits that exact area. That's why you don't want to screw around with a bunch of snipers on roofs with us. Because these 3 squadrons of planes, the other 2 squadrons were F-16, one wing full of ammo and the other wing having a Vulcan cannon in it, which for those in Vietnam was Puff the Magic Dragon, a small version of it. Okay? We don't want to use missiles on the ground, so we would use the machine guns and the snipers on the roof. And all of a sudden, these snipers these terrorists that are armed with AK-47s, maybe an RPG, a couple of mortars maybe, all of a sudden, it's 75 feet off the deck, going, let's say, 750 miles an hour. Okay? F-16s come over the top of these buildings around you, and they start hitting every target that's there. As fast as the guys can light them up, they'd be dead. Now, if you were a guy and you were on the ground, you were seeing this plane flying over the top of you that fast and killing some of your guys that have come with you, you'd have to think, dude, this isn't safe. Okay? And I would bet probably 95% of terrorists would have ran their asses off. Okay? Why screw with these planes shooting you at any time, even if you're in a building? They always carry a couple of Maverick missiles if they have to. F-16s. They have sidewinders for air people. They're one of the best fighters in the world at the time. It has more thrust than weight. It's the only fighter we have that has that. That means it can fly sideways, straight up, whatever, because it has more thrust than weight. So the wings aren't as important, okay? It's like a rocket. And that's why the 3 times I was offered a ride on the rocket, I said, you're absolutely crazy. I will not do it. F-16 pulls out of the back of this plant. It's a mile long. Fires its cannon, pulls right on the Carswell Air Force Base, goes to full afterburner, goes straight up till you can't see it. They wanted me to do that. I don't like flying as it is. I averaged 116,000 miles a year for 7 years, so give me a break. Now, I did go down in the submarine. I wouldn't do that again. I did get to drive the M1A1 tank and got to fire at it and blow something up. That was pretty cool. It's 60 miles an hour in reverse. I've seen the Phalanx work. I've seen so many other... I've landed and taken off from an aircraft carrier, which never again would I do that. So, I'm not the bravest guy in the world. So, all I'm telling you was, when those special forces would get there, because those planes would go refuel, come back, when those special forces got there, they would land their 2 helicopters and get everybody on them, the ambassador, everybody, that they needed to get out of the area and take them out of the area. If you had a ship in the area in the Med, say like an Aegis cruiser, you've got a landing pad for helicopters and just put the people on the boat. And then go back to get the guys that are standing there fighting if those terrorists come back. But 2 fully armed special forces, I wouldn't mess with them. I don't care what you got. I wouldn't mess with them. So, do I think there was a viable, very easy thing to coordinate as far as logistics? Those planes from Turkey would have taken 50 minutes, even with scrambling and for them to slow down and speed up to get fuel. It would have taken them 50 minutes to be on target. So don't tell me. Those snipers lasted a few hours. So, you guys, besides not decorating these guys as heroes, you lied to their families' faces on how they died. That's evil. To me, that's so evil that it is unfathomable to me to lie to a fallen hero's family. That's screwed up, okay? We're Americans, we don't do shit like that. And that administration would rather lie than just tell you the truth. They screwed up. But that never happened. So, there was a way to rescue those people. And I don't really give 2 shits about Hillary's emails. That's what I would attack. Is why didn't you have a rescue mission? You had guys taking their clothes off, taking their clothes on, and a 747, where is it going to land? Okay? That was the stupidest footage that I've ever seen in my life. It had nothing to do with a rescue mission. So one of these days, you guys will figure it out. There's a lot of people out here, us deplorables. We're not as stupid as you think we are.